Hello, welcome back to Papa Nick's Music. I am, as always, your host, Papa Nick Lewis. And today we've got another top 10. Don't worry, longtime fans, I haven't given up on doing album rankings or perfect album videos. I actually have an album ranking video in the works that you're going to love. It's an extra special one coming up here in the next week or two. But today we're doing another top 10. And today, our subject, as you know, because you saw the title of the video before you clicked on this thing, is the top 10 songs by Warren Zevon. I'm a big fan of Warren Zevon. I originally thought about doing an album ranking video, but I wanted to talk more about individual songs than albums, so I punted and kicked it down the line a bit. And then I started doing these top 10 videos. It's like, oh, hey, tailor-made, right? I get now to talk about my 10 favorite Warren Zevon songs. Before we get into this, though, the subjectivity notice. Artistic appreciation is, by definition, inherently subjective. There is no such thing as objectively good music or objectively bad music. There is only music that I like and music that I do not like. And as long as we keep that in mind, this is a wonderful, happy, fun conversation. As soon as one or the other of us starts thinking that one or the other of us must be objectively right or wrong, that's when things go off the rails and we start, hurling obscenities at one another and that sort of stuff. So let's just avoid all of that and just keep in mind it's all subjective. These are my 10 favorite Warren Zevon songs. I'm not making the claim that they are the 10 songs that everybody should think are the best or anything like that. These are my 10 favorite Warren Zevon songs. And I will also tell you right up front here that there's no such thing as a bad Warren Zevon song. They're all good. He's one of the few musical artists that I can think of that I don't know ever did a bad song. We've got a couple that are close. I mean, Steely Dan it's right up there. But Warren Zevon, it has an amazing track record as far as I'm concerned. The worst we can say about about a lesser Warren Zevon song, it is still a competently written, crafted tune. It just isn't quite as sharp as the rest of the songs, right? I mean, that's it. Yeah, he didn't write any bad ones, or if he did, he never recorded and released them. So good on you, Warren. As always, almost, for the last few videos anyway, the unofficial sponsor of Papa Nick's Music is Schoferhofer beer. That's good beer. Oh man, is that good beer. Schoferhofer. It's good beer. Shall we? Here we go. These are my 10 favorite Warren Zevon songs. Coming in at number 10. Now, I have to admit right up front, I'm a little bit conflicted about this one. It's definitely one of my favorite songs, so it belongs on the list. It's just that I'm not sure how much of my reaction to the song is because of the song and how much of it is because of the circumstances surrounding the song. My number 10 song is Keep Me in Your Heart off of his 2003 album, The Wind. The Wind was the album that Warren Zevon recorded when he knew he had received his diagnosis of terminal inoperable lung cancer, and he knew that he did not have long. And while he still had the energy to be able to do it, he embarked on the process of recording one last album before he clocked out. And so that gives the entire project a level of poignancy, a level of emotional heft that if you know about it, you have to deal with that as you're listening to the songs on the album. And Keep Me in Your Heart is the song that he wrote for the loved ones in his life that, he knows he's not going to be here very much longer, but, still. And because I know that, I listen to the song and it strikes me as a particularly poignant song. If I didn't know that, I don't know that I would react to it that way, right? So, but it's still a great song. As we go through these songs, I'm going to point out what I think are particularly good lyrics. And the line that I would pull out of Keep Me in Your Heart is, I'm tied to you like the buttons on your blouse. I think that's just a wonderful image. I love this song. Keep Me in Your Heart from The Wind. Number 9 is from the album that he recorded the year before, 2002, My Ride's Here. For the last few albums there, one could get the impression that Warren Zevon could tell. I mean, my ride's here, right? I'm on my way out. There's a lot of that in these last few albums. So I don't want to get into speculation, but the song that I'm going to pick off of My Rides Here is the song Genius, which I think is genius. It's a wonderful song. It's an interesting song to listen to. The instrumentation, the orchestration is good. The arrangement is good. But the lyrics are also fantastic. It's a great song. There's a face in every window of the songwriter's neighborhood. Everybody's your best friend when you're doing well. I mean good. I love that line. Number 9, Genius, from My Rides Here. Okay, number 8 is a song that most people know. They don't necessarily know it as a Warren Zevon song because Warren Zevon was not the one who made it popular. Linda Ronstadt made it popular. Whenever I perform, there are a handful of Warren Zevon songs that I put into any of my set lists because I really like his music. I really like his songwriting. And he sings in a key that's closer to mine than than most other singers. And so it's, I can sing his songs without hurting myself, without reaching into my pocket to pluck a hair or two so I can hit those higher notes. And so I like doing this song. And every time I do, I make sure that I preface it. This is a Linda Ronstadt song, but oh no, my friends, it is Warren Zevon. And it is from his self-titled 1976 album, Warren Zevon. The song is Poor, Poor, Pitiful Me. I love this song. When I perform this song, I do Warren's version. I don't do Linda Ronstadt's version. In part because the song, I think, suffers a little bit because they changed for Linda to make sense as the narrator of the song. They had to change gender roles, which I think is stupid. I mean, the Beatles figured that out when they did Boys, right? Ringo is singing a song about talking about boys, and they never thought, okay, we need to swap this around. But that's topic for another video. So I stick true to Warren's original song, but I also like Warren's version of the song because it includes the third verse, the last verse. I think it's the third verse that Linda Ronstadt does not include on hers. Which has the lines, "She took me back to the hired house. I don't want to talk about it." I love that song. I love that verse. Number 8, Poor, Poor, Pitiful Me. Okay. Number 7 is a song off of the 1978 Excitable Boy. Excitable Boy was his big breakthrough album. That was the one that, from that point forward, everybody knew who Warren Zevon was. Largely because of Werewolves of London, which, it's kind of sad if the song that most people know you for is something of a novelty song, but at the same time, hey, it means you can pay for your mortgage. So I'm not going to look down my nose at Werewolves of London. I will say Werewolves of London does not crack my top 10, and we'll leave it at that. But the song that I'm picking for number 7 off of Excitable Boy, Chauffeur Offer. That's good beer. The song I'm picking for number 7 off of Excitable Boy is Tenderness on the Block. I love this song. It's just such a sweet song. It's a nice song. I like this song. I like singing this song. She'll be okay, let her have her day, 'cause it's a long way, it's a long walk, but she'll find true love and tenderness on the block. Got goosebumps just saying the words. I love Tenderness on the Block. It's a great song. Okay, coming in at number 6. I realize, as I'm looking at my list, and as I've been thinking about this over the past week or so, I realize that I have a different vantage point on this music than most casual pop music fans would have, because I do have these albums. I listen to these albums regularly. I'm a big fan of Warren Zevon. Um, that being said, there are certain things on here that are obviously deep cuts. I mean, genius, deep cut. Yeah, most of these are deep cuts from the perspective of a casual fan. If they know them like Poor, Poor, Pitiful Me, because Linda Ronstadt covered it. But this one, I think, is deeper than most. And it's a song off of his 1987 album, Sentimental Hygiene. Those of you who are fans of my Perfect Album series know that I've already included Sentimental Hygiene as a perfect album. It is one of Warren Zevon's perfect albums. Excitable Boy is another one, just in case you're keeping track at home. And the song that I'm picking is Even a Dog Can Shake Hands. I love this song. I love the fact that it's an up-tempo rocker, which I'm a sucker for. And I love the fact that it is just chock full of sarcastic humor. The whole song is a commentary on dealing with people who feel ownership over your artistic project because they are tangentially related to it. And I get the impression that mostly he's talking about people like agents. Here. You tell me you're friend. You tell me you're my friend when you shake my hand, but even a dog can shake hands. It's that kind of a song. And the lines I'm picking out are: abandon all hope and don't rock the boat, and we'll all make a few $100,000. Everybody's trying to be a friend of mine. Even a dog can shake hands. I love it. It's a great song. Even a Dog Can Shake Hands from Sentimental Hygiene. Okay, we're in the top 5 now. Coming in at number 5, from one of his lesser-known albums, 1980's Bad Luck Streak in Dancing School, Play It All Night Long. I love this song. There are a few consistent elements in Warren Zevon's lyrics. He's got a very dry wit, very dry sense of humor. And sometimes that dry wit turns sarcastic, like it did in Even a Dog. But sometimes it gets dark, and oh my God, Play It All Night Long is dark humor. Sweet Home Alabama, play that dead band song. Oh my God. It's just, the cattle all got brucellosis. I can't even say it. Not my first chauffeur offer of the day. Oh, it is dark. It is a dark, dark song. And I love it. Play It All Night Long, number 5. Okay. I was talking earlier about deep cuts. Well, my number 4 song is a deep cut that is off of what I think of as a deep cut album. This is an album that I think even a lot of people who think of themselves as Warren Zevon fans don't necessarily know this album. And that is 1989's Transverse City. And the song I'm picking off of Transverse City is one of the there's a handful of songs that I think of if I'm talking with people about music and Warren Zevon comes up, and I'll tell them, oh yeah, I love him, he's got great songs, you should check him out. And they ask me, okay, well, for example, right? They know Werewolves of London, but what else is there? And this is one of the songs that I think of, and it's a song called Splendid Isolation, which I just adore. The song itself is about isolating yourself, right? Building walls to protect yourself, and how that becomes seductive in and of itself. That you fall victim to it because it protects you, makes you feel safe, but then you also come to love that, and your focus then tends to turn inward instead of outward. His first verse of the song is about Georgia O'Keeffe living in New York City but never actually walking down the street, right? That kind of thing. The second verse, Michael Jackson in Disneyland, don't have to share it with nobody else. Lock the gates, Goofy, take my hand and lead me through the world of self. That's brilliant songwriting. Number 4, Splendid Isolation from Transverse City, 1989. Okay, number 3. One thing that I noticed after I made my top 10, I didn't design this. I went through and every song that I thought should be considered to be on the top 10, I made a big list of these, and then I started culling and sorting and culling and sorting. And I eventually ended up with these 10 that I'm giving you today. And it wasn't until I was actually putting this together to start working on the actual video here that I realized that full half of my 10, 5 of these songs come from 2 albums. That was not intentional. I've got 3 songs that are from Excitable Boy, and I've got 2 songs that are from Warren Zevon. The first Warren Zevon song was Poor, Poor, Pitiful Me. The second one here at number 3 is another song that most people know because Linda Ronstadt made it famous, and that is Hasten Down the Wind. Hasten Down the Wind is just a beautiful, beautiful song. Most of the affection / respect I have for Warren Zevon is as a lyricist. If I'm making my list of top 10 lyricists, he's going to be on that list. Okay, he's right up there with Randy Newman, Joe Jackson. I don't want to sit here and brainstorm the list, but there are a few people that I think of. Michael Nesmith. There are a few people that I think of who I really love their lyrics. I love the poetry of their lyrics. And Hasten Down the Wind has that. But Hasten Down the Wind also is musically, I think, very wonderfully complex and beautiful. When I'm focusing on Warren Zevon as lyricist here, I do not mean that to come across as a backhanded compliment, to say anything negative by omission about his ability as a composer. Because no, the man was a brilliant musician, and he very definitely understands music. He writes wonderfully musically intricate songs. He's also not afraid to do a straight 1-4-5, 3 chords and a cloud of dust kind of a up-tempo rocker. Even A Dog Can Shake Hands being a good example. But Hasten Down the Wind just has a really hauntingly beautiful melody to it that enhances the lyric. It's a brilliant song. I love Hasten Down the Wind. She's so many women, he can't find the one who was his friend, so he's hanging on to half her heart. He can't have the restless part, so he tells her to hasten down the wind. Beautiful, beautiful stuff. I love Hasten Down the Wind. Okay, my top 2 are both from Excitable Boy, and no, neither one of them is Werewolves of London. Neither one of them is the title track Excitable Boy. Number 2, Accidentally Like a Martyr. I love this song. The phone don't ring and the sun refused to shine. Never thought I'd have to pay so dearly for what was already mine for such a long, long time. I love that. I love that line. Never thought I'd have to pay so dearly for what was already mine. Fantastic. Accidentally Like a Martyr is just a beautiful song. It's a beautiful song to listen to. It's a beautiful song to sing. I love Accidentally Like a Martyr. Great song. Number 2. But my number 1 song, also off Excitable Boy. I've loved this song since the moment I heard it. This was the song that made me want to listen to more Warren Zevon. It wasn't Werewolves of London. No, my friends. It was Lawyers, Guns, and Money. Oh, man. This is where it all started for me. Up-tempo rocker. It's a 1-4-5 and a 3 chords and a cloud of dust kind of a song. But it's got just such a wonderful, wonderful lyric to it. I love this song. Send lawyers, guns, and money, Dad. Get me out of this. I love this song. My favorite Warren Zevon song is Lawyers, Guns, and Money from Excitable Boy. So, those are my top 10 Warren Zevon songs. Do you agree? Do you disagree? Drop a comment down below. Do you think Carmelita should have made the list? Drop a note down below. Let me know. I'm always happy to have that conversation. Thank you very much for sticking it out this long. If you enjoyed the video, and I assume you did since you're sticking it out this long, I would appreciate it if you'd click the like button. While you're down there, just go ahead and click everything that you can click, right? Click subscribe, click the notification icon, click the share button, share this with friends, and click. You just click your brains out down there. I appreciate it very much. Again, thanks for tuning in today, and I hope that the rest of your day is peaceful. See you soon.